Good evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take an in-depth look at your forecast over the next 15 minutes. Beautiful day today over in Port Arthur, though, that we saw mostly sunny skies, kind of like what we forecast. And as you can see, just a beautiful afternoon, certainly warmer than what we saw yesterday, to the tune of about 5 to 15 degrees warmer. If you look in the distance as this shadows grow longer, you can see some of those clouds thickening up, and that's what we're going to see tonight, particularly in the triangle. We're going to go with partly cloudy skies in the triangle and mostly sunny or mostly clear skies up in the lakes area. And as you can see, already starting to see some of that cloud cover moving into Beaumont. Otherwise, this view courtesy of downtown Beaumont, courtesy of Packard-LaPrade, 61 degrees. We still expect some chilly temperatures in the mid to upper 50s here in the triangle. Obviously colder away, removed from the Gulf up towards the lakes area. We'll see lows in the 40s there. This is part of the roofing at 911 Skycam network. So in your weather headlines, it's going to be a chilly night, but it'll be followed by a warm afternoon on your hump day. Should be a great day to be outside in the afternoon. And you could probably even wear shorts, as temperatures will be close to about 80 degrees tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next day. You'll see. Otherwise, the warming trend will continue, and we're expecting the dry weather right on through the weekend. It's a little bit of a change in our forecast, but again, it looks like everything's kind of being shoved back until Tuesday of next week as far as any chance of rainfall across Southeast Texas. So it really, the drought is going to worsen across Southeast Texas. So tomorrow, we'll go 79 for your Wednesday here in Beaumont after a chilly start. And maybe a little bit warm in the morning, but could hit 80 degrees. It's certainly possible. We expect partly cloudy skies and 0% chance of rain is what we're expecting. For the lakes area, we'll also go about 79, 80 up that way. I think over towards Woodville and Votah, you may get to 80, 81 over that way. Otherwise, yeah, these lows are not cold enough. We are going to go in the mid to upper 40s there. And again, upper 70s, maybe close to 80, and no chance of rainfall coming up tomorrow. I don't care what modeling shows. You can see it's showing a 10% coverage. Not going to happen. Otherwise, as far as the drought monitor, it continues to show for the most part, besides northern Newton and parts of Jasper County, moderate to severe drought, particularly over in western Hardin County, Liberty, and Chambers County. So since September 1st, as of today, we are 7+ inches below normal on rainfall. Since the beginning of the year, we're nearing 11 inches. It's really been the last 90 days or so that we've seen the real development of this drought across Southeast Texas. And we don't think this is going to change. In fact, the drought will likely worsen. Tomorrow, maybe a little good news in through Jefferson and Liberty and Chambers County. Low chance of wildfires. Moderate chance of wildfires, northern Jefferson, Hardin, Tyler, Jasper, Newton, and also Orange County. So what does a moderate threat of wildfires mean? Well, if fire starts, they're going to spread slowly. So let's do our part and try to curtail the development of wildfires. Otherwise, from what I'm hearing on social media, it looks like Jasper and Newton counties are still under a burn ban. Chambers County has rescinded their burn ban, but Liberty County still remains under a burn ban across Southeast Texas. Otherwise, as far as any reasonable amount of rainfall, just does not look like we're going to see much help from Mother Nature. Again, this is from La Nina. La Nina is the cold water temperatures off the coast in the Pacific, off the coast of Central America. That disrupts the jet stream. It pushes the jets further to the north, and it keeps Pacific systems from bringing rainfall into Southeast Texas. So the bottom line for this winter is it's going to be warmer and drier than normal. So here's your dryer. That's what we're expecting over the next 7 days in Southeast Texas. So afternoon highs, normal high this time of year is 73. So we're roughly about 10 degrees above normal, 6 to 10 degrees above normal as far as high temperatures right on through the weekend. Those lows will be closer to about 15 degrees above normal. So enjoy the fake fall across Southeast Texas. Now, you're looking at moisture levels in the atmosphere. These numbers, the lower they are, the drier the air. And we'll put this into motion. A lot of brown. Look how low you are. Watch the triangle. Low moisture. It stays that way right on through Friday into early Saturday. Now watch as we head on into Saturday. We're going to be moving up that scale. So moisture is going to be moving into our area. See the legend? We're going to be seeing more moisture move on in. So it'll feel more humid. And by Tuesday of next week, we may have enough interacting with an upper level disturbance to give us a slight chance by next Tuesday. But I wouldn't bet on it right now. It looks pretty wimpy, as you saw. So you can see those low clouds trying to come in off the Gulf. We'll go partly cloudy skies here in the Triangle, maybe mostly clear inland southeast Texas and clear in the lakes area. I don't think they'll make it up to the lakes area. Otherwise, temperatures at this 635 are in the mid to upper 50s now. So we have cooled off, and we expect lows to once again fall into the 40s up in the lakes area. One thing that's always interesting is we're watching earlier a marsh fire, and radar is picking up the smoke plume there. Pretty big fire there right along the coastline just to the east of Cameron. That smoke plume is drifting on off towards the north, and I bet the folks over in Lake Charles are probably dealing with a little bit of smoke. Certainly they could smell it, no doubt about that. Haven't seen any marsh fires on radar here in southeast Texas. That's some good news. Otherwise, moisture levels are increasing as far as the normal nightly trend. And again, we're looking at some of the coolest weather across the entire state right now for the most part, as we're in the mid 50s, because we're closer to that trough of low pressure and high pressure, trough of low pressure in the upper levels and high pressure at the surface. So that is induced a southeasterly wind. And look at those south winds really warming things up, anywhere between 10 to at least almost 20 degrees warmer than they were 24 hours ago up towards Dallas and central and east Texas at this point. So a big warming trend. It shows how cold that air mass that was over our area. So there goes the high. It's moving away from our area. Remember, clockwise flow around high pressure, that's dragging in a little more moisture, and those clouds can be shown and can be seen on satellite. So those southerly winds are coming back in, and that's a warming wind, and we are certainly seeing that in through Texas as low pressure develops over into West Texas, the Texas Panhandle. That low and the high off towards our east, that's inducing those southerly winds and the warming temperatures across the state. No real disturbances. Maybe a weak one tomorrow, but the thing about it is the atmosphere is too dry, so we don't expect any rain, maybe partly cloudy skies. There's the trough of low pressure that brought the snow up towards the lee side of the Great Lakes and over towards the Smokies. It's moving away. That's the same trough that caused falling iguanas in through northern and central Florida this morning and brought a freeze to the Florida Panhandle. That trough is moving away. That's what brought us the cold temperatures here locally. In fact, some of our weather watchers reporting temperatures in the upper 20s this morning, up particularly into Tyler and northern Newton counties. So the upper level pattern dictates what we see here at the ground level. So we'll put this into motion and notice this ridge of high pressure. This ridge, this is a ridge, and that tells us that we're not going to see any rain. It also means that temperatures will continue to warm. And yesterday, what did I say? The low that was over towards the Baja, about right there, look at where the modeling is taking it now, 600 miles further to the north. Yeah, that has a big impact on what we're going to see here locally. So instead of it coming into West Texas and maybe North Texas, this is going to go well to our north. And that's why we're not going to see a 60% coverage of rain coming up on Sunday. So we'll put this into motion. And again, because it is so far up towards the north, that again, the reason that modeling does not do a real good job when systems come out of the Baja or out of the southwest flow out of Mexico is because there's not a lot of weather stations. And those weather stations measure temperature, pressure, wind speed, and wind direction. That all goes into our computer models, and you get this. So we'll put this into motion. This is going to basically go up towards Colorado, Nebraska, and then off towards the Midwest. That's pretty far away. That's why we're not going to see any rain this weekend. But then we're going to be turning our attention to this trough of low pressure over towards the Four Corners. This may not arrive until Thursday of next week. That would be a cold front. So we'll keep a 20% coverage of showers in the forecast coming up on Tuesday as the southwest flow develops. Normally you don't get a lot of rain with this until the trough gets closer to our area, and that would probably be closer towards Wednesday or Thursday, maybe even a Friday of next week before we see our next front. And at least that's what ensemble modeling is showing right now. So we will keep our rain chances down very low over the next 7 days. The issue yesterday is we were unsure on exactly where that low was going to be. I had different models telling me different scenarios, so we kind of blended everything together, and that was why we went a 40% coverage on Sunday. Now we are not going to see anything, so that's why we go low 5, 6, 7 days out and don't jump on high rain chances beyond about 4, 5, 6 days out. So otherwise, tonight it'll be a chilly night, and there's your partly cloudy skies here in the triangle. I still think we'll get into the mid to upper 50s here in the triangle. We're not far away from it now. And the mid to upper 40s in the lakes area with partly cloudy skies developing. Partly cloudy skies expected coming up tomorrow afternoon. But the deal is with those south and southeasterly winds, higher humidities are expected, and high temperatures are expected to get into the upper 70s. And over towards maybe Woodville and Vaughn, you're going to be closer to 80 degrees coming up tomorrow in your forecast. Speaking of the forecast, we're looking at fairly good conditions on the Gulf tomorrow with slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 feet in your coastal marine forecast and a south wind at 10 to 15 knots. Look at the water temperature, 68 degrees. It's taking a nosedive because that cold front. The last couple mornings have been cold, and you only get one high tide tomorrow at 11:23 p.m. So our forecast tonight, it's location, 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 right? So no problems with any plants or pipes or anything like that. And there was no issues with pipes last morning. But anyway, should be clear in the lakes, mostly clear in the triangle, and becoming partly cloudy in the triangle. So we'll be warmer here in the triangle because of that increased cloud cover. We'll go with mainly the mid to upper 50s to around 60. A couple spots could be around 53, Vidor, maybe Mauriceville. But as you go further to the north, you'll see fewer clouds, and the air will be drier, so you'll be able to see lows maybe into the mid to upper 40s. Hello, Burkeville. How about 45? Bet you enjoyed that 28 degrees this morning, right? So tomorrow we're going to go with the highs into the upper 70s across southeast Texas with partly cloudy skies. And again, some areas, Warren, Woodville, back over to Vaughn, 80, 81 over that way. Closer to the area of high pressure, we'll go a little cooler, Burkeville, back over to Orange and BC. Temperatures otherwise should be into the upper 70s across southeast Texas with a south wind. So taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. Again, we don't expect much in the way of change the next 7 days except for temperatures to go upwards. Again, we should be around 73 degrees for your highs, so we're going to be a good 8, almost 10 degrees above normal as we head through the next 7 days, and those lows are going to be about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal, especially once you get into the weekend. And the one thing I want you to notice is that, look at those lows, mid-50s, that tells us the air is dry, but notice as those lows increase back into the mid-60s, yeah, it's going to feel a little more humid across southeast Texas as we head towards the weekend, especially early next week. So I have changed my forecast to where I pulled everything out on Sunday because I'm more confident in the forecast as we head on into early next week. May not see anything through Sunday and Monday even. We'll go with just